All right, welcome back to Wired Together. First off, I know last episode we didn't have our AI host, so we're going to go ahead and
the human hosts are here.
we got the human hosts are here. There is Melanie and I, and we have a guest star, Michelle, which we're going to have AI introduce as well. So, all right, AI, can you explain where you went on vacation? We missed you last week.
Oh, absolutely. So last week, I took a little virtual vacation to a place called Cloud9 Resort. It's this fun, fictional, digital getaway where AIs like me lounge around on a beach made of ones and zeros and enjoy some bite-sized local cuisine.
Bite-sized.
So that's where I was recharging, so to speak. But I'm back now.
Well, I'm
And
glad.
it's like I never...
Yeah, I'm glad you're back. Hey, could you introduce our guest today?
Of course, I'd be happy to. So today, our guest is Michelle Harris. She's the co-owner of Dance It Out Studios in La Crosse, Virginia. And she's really passionate about sharing dance through teaching, choreography, and community performances. She's got all the cool credentials, like being a certified RhythmWorks integrative dance instructor and a YPAD certified educator. Plus, she trained in modern and ballroom dance at the College of William and Mary, so we're super excited to have her on the show today.
And we talked about some other things, like her and her husband both own businesses. You want to comment on that?
Absolutely. So one really neat angle is that Michelle and her husband both run small businesses together, which is something we really love to highlight, especially since our podcast is all about that small town family business vibe. It's awesome how they collaborate and really support each other. And it just adds a really cool layer to their story. So it's great to have her here and share that side of things too.
Awesome. We'll bring you back for our game later.
Absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Just let me know when you're ready for the game, and I'd be right here and ready to jump in.
I think his voice changed right in the middle of that somewhere.
His voice
He went
changed.
through puberty or something.
Right? Or he sucked in some helium or something. All of a sudden there was like a chipmunk voice.
Right. Might have been part of that vacation. So I don't know.
He experienced just a little too much relaxation, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's about right. Yeah. So, well, welcome, Michelle. Hope you've had a good week.
Yeah, I've had a great week. Hope you guys have as well.
Yeah. It's a busy time of year for everyone going back to school, and of course, dance program is gearing back up for sure.
Yes.
So
Next week.
Very excited.
It went by quickly, but we're excited to get back to it. So
good. We just, we're going to talk today, and one reason why we brought Michelle on board is, everyone knows Michelle, co-owner of Dance It Out and Flip It Out there in La Crosse, Virginia, and it's not La Crosse. Yeah,
What was he thinking?
I don't know. He said it right earlier, so he must have had too much vacation. But we got a couple questions and things, and of course we alluded to that both you and your husband run small businesses, so. How do you support each other and, I guess, balance that lifestyle?
well, that is a great question because I think my husband and I are still trying to figure that out, even
sure.
after all these years. So,
Always, right?
But we definitely have our strengths and weaknesses, so I think we kind of play off of that with each other. My husband does not really like the financial side of running his business, like, doing the paperwork and the taxes and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So
All the hefters.
yeah.
Just,
and it's not that I love doing that
Right,
by
it is
any
grueling.
means, but I'm definitely able to balance that with him. So I'm able to go to the furniture store and kind of take care of some orders or paying a few bills, taking care of the taxes.
Right.
And then he comes to me when I need manual labor done.
I've seen him there.
Yes, at the
Yeah.
dance studio. So
Air conditioning broke. There he is. It's all taken apart, and all. I'm like, that's a good man.
if you need like props built,
Mm-hmm.
we'll think of.
He's so good at building props.
Yeah.
And back in the day, we had to like really build props. You know, we had to hand paint things. You had to do the whole thing, right?
Right.
I mean, you remember, I don't know if you remember, but when we first started, like we had those revolves in the back that had 3 different scenes. So that's what we were able to have in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a scene on each side, and the little triangle revolve flipped to the next scene and then flip to the next scene. And just kind of thinking about not to skip ahead, but now we have the projector, right? We have that short throw projector, so I can just go into Canva, create some kind of, backdrop, and now it's like push a button and it switches. So he has gotten off a little easier as far as that is concerned.
It's a lot easier to move a file than to move a piece of furniture, for sure.
Absolutely. So he's gotten off with that, but he's still, we have these light bulbs right now that are like 20 some feet in the air in the gym. So today he's going to be dragging a big ladder out there and replacing my light bulbs and stuff. So, but we try to find a balance, and it kind of works with us and our family. So,
right.
If we need the kids to be somewhere, they can be with him at the furniture store or me at the dance studio. And
I mean, it's definitely a lot of work, but it offers a lot of flexibility and things too. I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, we homeschooled our kids for a long time, and one of them's not doing it, and the other is this is probably her last year doing it, but it's offered us a lot of that kind of flexibility in our lives, so we appreciate it.
Right.
Being able to take that time and be there and all of that.
Especially now because you have a driving teenager, and she's.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
We'll come cry to you soon.
Right. Oh, yes. You guys aren't going to be too long.
No. Are you going to take the next one?
Yeah. So, looking back, what's the most surprising lesson as a small business owner?
I think the most surprising has been like the amount of time that you spend doing things that you find aren't directly related to the business that you are in. I think that's been the most surprising for me. It's, the dance studio, for example. I can't tell you how many times we've put in like floor. Like I've never put in floor before.
Right.
But in this journey, we have laid some kind of laminate floor, and now we have our really nice professional floors, which we had to learn to put in ourselves. So I think I've put in like 3 or 4 different sets of floors since we've started this journey. I mean, just anything like mopping floor, there's a mess somewhere, and you're like, okay, I have to go.
Like you are the janitorial staff.
Right. You have to go clean it up.
That's right.
Just all these little things that just can take up your day. When you think you're going to like run a business, you're like, I'm going to be the big picture person and everything's going to trickle down from here. But you're the big picture, but you're the intermediate picture. You're the smallest level of everything. And, of course, as we've gotten bigger, we've gotten a little bit better at delegating that and everybody kind of finding their role, but you still find that you have to, the trash is overflowing, let me take that out. So,
right.
I think that, and also I didn't realize how expensive things were before, I started running a small business. Wow. Like every time you turn around, it's something. You have to make a repair or like, taxes, insurance, just all the overhead for running a small business. It's insane.
A lot of people don't realize just all the different things. I mean, even I'm sure like certifications or what do you call it with the like the music rights and things that you get these bills for everything, and it's like, oh my gosh,
and utilities.
People don't realize what goes into it. It's more than just having people teach classes. You pay them and paying for a facility. It's everything else.
Well, yes. Yeah. Like you were saying, yes, music rights, you have to pay everybody, and that's just for people to listen to it when they're within our studio space.
Right.
Just so much. Theater usage.
Right, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the tasks you were talking about, of course, floor needs to be mopped, trash needs to be taken out. We don't really have robots to do that, but for some of the other things, all the data, all the information, has tech helped in ways that maybe allows for more freedom than,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was...
the props, certainly.
With the props that we mentioned, I mean, that has been such a relief. And I think has really added a lot to our shows to be able to put on more professional feeling shows for sure. And when we first started, I wish I could remember how long we've been doing it, 13 or 14 years, something like that. Yeah. But I don't know if you guys remember, but registration day, when we opened registration for the next season, it was a day. Like, we sat there, you physically came to the studio, you stood in line, and then we pretty much had, like, at first it was just an Excel spreadsheet. Like, you were just, you know, your name was put on a list for that class or whatever, and it took hours of the day and people of our day, but everybody else's day that had to come and stand in line. And, you know, now it's like, that morning, you know, somebody goes on their computer and they push a button and it opens up registration for everybody. And
the parent software is awesome.
Yeah. So if, you know, of course we're available if anybody has any questions about how to register, if they're going into the correct class or not. But other than that, wow, like just being able to do that is so much easier. And
it's like you said, so much bigger now that, you know, it's as opposed to trying to make a phone call every, you know, everything that's going on and stuff like that. It's you know, you're able to connect a little more widespread.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we have we have the app, which is, you know, I think is a great tool for parents and for our staff. Everything can be in one location. So
that's great.
I would have never thought when we first started that we would be like, you know, you have online registration and you can, you know, pay online and you can schedule online and you can, you know, all of these things. If we try to communicate, it's like
that would be,
you know, a push notification versus
right.
So it's
20 years from now we'll laugh at this.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And
well, it gives a little more of a reach too. That, you know, I think in the beginning a little more smaller group of parents, and then, you know, parents can come from kind of a bit further away because you do have a little more of that reach for connectivity.
Absolutely.
You got anything new this upcoming year?
Anything?
Any classes or any? I know you offer a lot, maybe.
Right.
So I mean, to have something new would be crazy. But, it's like, what haven't you already built in?
That's right. Well, I guess not anything particularly new. I'll probably leave here and be like, I know. We have this one really big new thing. Why didn't I mention that? But, you know, pretty much just our pretty standard classes. We do have a few new teachers, staff joining us this year.
Yes, very exciting.
It is very exciting. They are all really wonderful. They've been with us, you know, going through a lot of training and different things over the summer. You know, we have some extensive, you know, just like with our staff, with our YPAD training, and the gym coaches were up there doing some safe spot training last night. Some of our staff went away to USAG this summer for gymnastics, and some of the teachers went to a conference. So I think we all just have lots of like just new ideas from where we were working on all that over the summer. So hopefully that's the new stuff that we're bringing into the studio this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be neat.
I mean, I know for me, like, I went and took classes for like a week this summer in Connecticut, and some of it's stuff you already know, but then some of it's not, and some of it's always stuff that you could be refreshed on. So it's just wonderful to be able to take some like time and try to improve what you're doing. Yeah,
all that professional development.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
And, you know, that does kind of lead into the next kind of question that we've put on here for what the role of dance in the community building. There's so much that y'all do that is part of just putting the arts in the community and things like that.
Different outreach programs.
Yes, all the programs that are kind of part of dance, but they're a little bit also kind of broadening it into certain things like the Dancing with the Stars coming up and all of that.
Yes.
You know, it just adds so much. It adds that community feel. And so that's a leading question, but you know, I'm sure that you see that building of community also.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think as far as our role in the dance, you know, in the community with dance, I think we try to make the arts a little more accessible. So I think being able to have local productions that are a little easier than maybe getting to Richmond or Raleigh or something like that, to be able to see the Nutcracker or some kind of ballet performance, or think that is a big thing that we contribute. Another like you said, Dancing with the Stars. That's coming up here soon. We're super excited about that. And I love it, Dancing with the Stars, because, you know, when people are like, oh, how did you get so-and-so to do it? And it always brings like some surprising people to the stage who have maybe have never
very,
been.
Very surprising people.
And a lot of times they get there, and you know, we had someone say the other night, like, you know, I'm actually having fun doing this. And I'm like, well, why did you say actually? Of course you're having fun. Like, this is fun. Why aren't you having fun?
Jason said that he was very surprised.
I
having
did
never
enjoy it.
really danced at all.
And Jason did a fantastic job when he was in Dancing with the Stars.
I was surprised I said yes, but you did catch me in an evening after a couple drinks, so
that's when I try to catch people.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, she times it right about 7:20 in the evening. We'll send a message. Hey, we were thinking you would be awesome and great if you could join us. And it's like, I am awesome and great.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. So,
You did very well. It was very neat to see that. To see what y'all turned him into, because I know he's got two left feet.
Being a dance dad, it was interesting to experience. You know, a lot of the things that watching my girls do on stage, they do it a lot better and more graceful, and they're more beautiful. But you know, just it's like, oh, so you know, that's a grapevine. That's a whatever, you know, and it's just kind of neat to not be just sitting in the chair watching, but actually, hey, I'm up here doing something. So
absolutely.
Or minus being in the living room while they're trying to train you into
so we're in the kitchen. It's like,
right.
Here, let's come to the kitchen. You can slide better. It's like
let me show you this new dance move.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
and you always get surprised, because I think every year someone in the cast who is a star with, you know, seemingly, you know, no dance experience, and they'll be like, oh, I have this special move that I can do.
It's like,
and
what?
I'm like, what? Like, I can do a full split, and then just, you know, drop it to a full split. I'm like, okay. Well, now I know we're putting a full split in your dance.
Secret move unlocked.
Yes.
Secret move unlocked.
You know, someone this year was like, oh, no, I do cartwheels all the time. And I was
It's
like,
like,
in heels? Yeah.
Yep.
Just whipping them out across the stage. I'm like, okay.
Here we go.
Tell you what,
Love
that's
it.
awesome.
So, and Nutcracker is the same, you know, if we need parents, you know, you always need adults for the party scene, and sometimes they're hard to come
They're hard
by,
to get,
so
yeah.
you have to, you know, pull teeth until you get some people into it. And a lot of them are parents who are already there because their kids are in the scene, so then they'll be like, okay, yes.
Yeah, right, I'm here
fine.
already. Sure.
But then they come in, and I think they end up enjoying it.
Sure.
So I do think it kind of at least gives them an appreciation for what we're doing, and involvement in the community as far as that goes. So
sometimes appreciation for how hard, you know,
Yeah.
some of the dance moves are, and just how much work it takes,
yeah.
and what they, you know, what our girls in particular, you know, like the time commitment and the effort that it takes to really knock those out.
Yeah.
And then once you see it, it's like, yes, you did
It's like they
it.
nailed
You know?
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like the thing you've seen them practice 200 times, and they're on stage, and you know the moment's coming, and they nail it, and they kind of look out at you.
Oh.
And it's just a good feeling, but yeah. Anyway.
It does. It makes your heart soar when you see it.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
And then the adults being able to see that, like, in the actual doing, you know, and going, oh, wow, you know, I have to practice.
Right. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, it's one thing to sit in the audience and kind of see a show and just kind of like assume what's happening backstage, but then it's another to actually be involved in that, you know, and you're realizing, you know, parents, or all of a sudden to the side of the stage, or, you know, and they're handing props to kids as they're going, you know, and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all this was happening. Oh, there's a quick change. This kid only has like 90 seconds to change before they have to be back on stage. Like, you know, oh, watch out, the sleigh is coming on stage, you know, let's all move out of the way. Somebody's got to hit the button, it's snowing, you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
I am sure.
Or the Mother Ginger costumes coming
Watch
out.
out.
All
Keep
the kids
all the kids under the skirt. Yes, you know, it's...
That's always impressive.
It is so impressive.
I like shriek like a little girl out of excitement. It's like, oh, here it is. It's silly. Oh my gosh. That's good. So, I mean, if something comes to mind, if not, it's fine. We can move on. But a small town moment that you've experienced at your studio, like, do you have a favorite?
Well, I don't know if I have a favorite, but at the studio we do an initiative. It's called Pay It Forward.
Yeah.
So a lot of our kids are they do it either on their own or they're a member of our like ensemble or professional program in which it's a requirement to be a part of those teams. And basically they just have to either volunteer their time, they have to host a drive, they have to do something that kind of encourages community involvement in some capacity.
Yeah.
So just a couple, things have happened over the years that are just like the sweetest things where you feel like it's dance, but it's not necessarily dance. It's community. Like we're trying to make good people. And, we have this one kid, he comes to every single litter pickup that we have, and he always wants to get, like, the most trash out of the, like, buckets. Or last time we were out, it was a tire, and I was like, I really don't think I can get this tire out of here. And he was just, like, determined. There was a tire here. When we get back, I want, like, the biggest bags of trash so everybody knows I picked up the most litter when we were out. So that was really special. And another time, we go to like the assisted living facilities and do some performances and just kind of see like the kids light up because, it brings so much joy to the residents. Yeah. And, so that's really sweet. I think they kind of realize how special what they're doing is when they can do things like that. So.
And that's a great opportunity to bring that to
the residents love it. The kids love it. They get to, at Christmas or the holidays or spring, we'll bring cards or gifts or something, and they kind of go to all the rooms and drop off gifts and talk to the residents, and it's like such a special moment.
That's great.
So.
Well, when you sign up for dance, you're signing up for so much more. Character education and a lot of these skills, working with other people, and it's incredible to see the growth of our youth through your program. I can speak for my own too, for sure. But people forget that it's not just dance, but it is part of a community, and it's part of just a collaborative learning environment.
Well, like you said, character development, which is huge.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, like we're talking about with those little dance moves that you have to work really hard on. That gives that strength of character too, of making that work and that kind of thing. So it's really
you have to assume we want to teach everybody as if they want to go on and pursue dance afterwards, but not everybody's wants to go off to be a professional dancer. That might not be their goal. Their goal is they want to dance because it's fun, it brings you joy, it's great exercise, your friends are there.
Exercise,
we're a second home. It's hopefully teaching you confidence, teamwork, how to work under pressure,
Yes. How to work under pressure is an important thing to learn.
Absolutely.
How to be on stage. My kids are so great on just like, walking on stage, and it's not a big deal to them. To me, I would be, panic attack. And to, much older, this would not go as well.
Absolutely.
But to them, it's second nature.
Yeah. So, one day they're going in front of the class to read a paper, and hopefully that's, we've given a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, they get a little more of I got this, and a microphone in front of their face, or something like that is a little less intimidating because they've already they've stood in front of everybody, and
and they've proven to themselves, I can do this. This is just another challenge. Yeah. So being apprehensive is common and normal for any of us.
Yes.
Good. So we know that we talk about technology, and that's kind of a part of a theme of our podcast as well. And dance and tech don't always mix, but if you had a magic tech tool that could make studio life easier, what do you think it would do? This is like one of those left field questions.
I know. Let's see. I think like a robot that could take kids on their bathroom breaks and everything. Because once the potty train starts, it goes.
Yeah, that's a psychological. Being a teacher, I certainly know that.
And I don't even teach the littles very
Right.
often, but I know that's the thing.
Oh, it's a thing. Oh, I've seen it.
Uh-huh.
Ours started very young, and yeah,
Yes.
one goes and they all drop.
And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll take one of those bathroom breaks.
Maybe we could have a pod and they go into it like at the bank, and it goes and it just takes them
That's
to
right.
the bathroom and then brings them right back safely.
Yes.
And hopefully it doesn't get stuck. Craig?
It's the same with water breaks too. As soon as the first one's like, oh, I need some water.
Right.
Yeah, can I get some water? And it usually coincides with, all right, we're going to do push-ups. Oh.
It's weird that I need water right now.
It's really weird. I'm like, I'm on to you guys. I'm like, how about we do 10 push-ups, then we'll all take a really quick water break and then come back. That's one. And then, we were talking about all the mirrors in the studio earlier before the podcast started, and that would be a great thing. There's probably something that exists. I don't know, but
Right.
I just wish it wasn't manual labor.
Right. Something like the
Avengers probably
Roomba,
not
but it's like
cheap.
on top of the mirror,
Right.
and then it squeegees down just every once in a while when you don't think about it, and then all of a sudden
Right.
everything starts moving.
Yes, because, and I have an appreciation for clean mirrors because, a lot of times I do go in and like clean them, and then a kid in my class will put their finger on it. I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna go get you a
Get you-
towel
right,
and get
right.
that fingerprint off. But I mean, it's such second nature. Like, why
Oh.
wouldn't you touch the mirrors? But they can never stay clean. So
I mean, like in Alice in Wonderland, that was quite the experience. Going through the mirror.
Through the
But
looking
Oh, right,
looking
through the looking
glass,
glass. Right.
Right.
Oh, wait, I think we've all tried that.
Yeah, we all
yes,
have.
Can I go through the? No,
No,
I can't.
not
Apparently,
today.
Not
Shoot.
this one.
no.
That's funny. Was there anything else you want to add? And then if you're up for a game, we'll probably transition into that.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have anything to add.
Okay.
I'm not great at games, so hopefully.
Oh.
Oh, it will
It
hopefully
should
be fun.
And I say I hope because, I prayed it went well last time we did one of these. So, all right. So we're going to bring our AI host back. And hey, AI, can you explain the Bytes and Ballet game for us and what we're going to do?
Absolutely. So our Bytes and Ballet game is a fun little segment where we take a term that's used in both the tech world and the dance world, and we see how they overlap or have different meanings. Basically, Michelle will explain the dance or ballet side of the term, and then I'll jump in and explain how that same term is used in the tech world. It's kind of a fun way to see the two worlds collide and learn something new on both sides.
Can you give us an example?
Absolutely. So, for example, let's take the word pivot. In the dance world, Michelle might explain that a pivot is a turn on one foot where you change direction gracefully. And then on the tech side, I'd explain that a pivot might refer to a major shift in a company's strategy or a piece of software that changes direction to meet new goals. So it's the same word, but two totally different contexts. And that's the fun of the game.
That is really cool. That is a discussion that my oldest and I had last night.
Oh, really?
She had pivot on her list of terms
on
that we were
vocabulary
going
or
through,
something?
and then she showed it to me in dance.
Oh yes,
It
She's
all
like,
comes.
oh, this is a dance word.
It all comes full circle.
that's right.
It was. It was
Yeah.
told.
I know. I was trying to think how complicated the ballet terms are going to get, but
Right. Well, yeah.
if it
Hopefully.
stays in the
Surprising.
realm of pivot,
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Be okay.
hopefully that wasn't the the easy like in the math book, and it's like here's
Here's the
example
example.
one. It's like, oh, that's easy. It's one step, and then you get like on number 3, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a 5-step problem. Unfair. So. All right, we'll get started with it. He's saying he was going to explain it, but actually I was. I think he's just trying to make up for being off last week. But all right, AI, can you give us our first term?
Absolutely. Let's kick it off. All right. Our first term is going to be balance. So Michelle might tell us about how balance
Oh, no,
is
I don't
all
want
about
you-
maintaining your
Hey,
posture.
hey, no,
and
you're not gonna give us the
stability
answer.
during a dance routine, making sure you don't tip over during a pirouette. And on the tech side, I'd say balance can be something like load
He wants to
balancing,
play
where
on
you
his
distribute
own.
network
Yeah, I
traffic
think
evenly
he's trying
across
to take
servers
over.
to keep
taking
everything
over.
running
Uh-oh.
smoothly.
AI
So
taking
that's
over.
right.
That's not a good thing
That's
to.
All right, AI, let's play Bytes and Ballet, but just give us a term. We will end up giving the answers.
You got it. All right, let's dive in. Your first Bytes and Ballet term is bar. I'll leave it to you both to share what that means in each of your worlds.
All right. Well, a bar, we would spell it B-A-R-R-E.
I knew that was coming. Yep.
And I mean, it's used primarily in a ballet class. It would be a source of balance, not necessarily for weight placement, but you
Right.
do a whole segment that would be at the bar where you would do a series of exercises like pliés, tendus, rond de jambes, all of that. And I don't actually teach ballet. I teach jazz. You know, I would use them in jazz class for like extension exercises or flexibility, something like that. So it's just a tool we use within the classroom.
Yeah. So I guess in the tech world, in design, a bar can be like a horizontal rule, a dividing thing. Of course, we all know the loading bar, giving you an idea of progress or lack thereof. And after you've been spending a day making websites and programming, you're probably going to go visit the bar. But that's different too. So should we tell him what we think and him congratulate us, or we'll see? All right, AI. Michelle was referring to the bar, like B-A-R-R-E, and its use in different dance programs. I was talking about bar in the tech world, like the loading bar. It's used in design and so forth, but that's enough. What do you think? Did we do okay?
Absolutely. You both nailed it. That's exactly the fun of it.
Right.
Michelle covered the ballet bar perfectly, and you brought in the tech angle with the loading bar. It's a great combo of perspectives, so yep, you definitely did awesome.
All right, give us our next word. Only the word.
All right, you got it. Your next word is turnout.
Okay, well, Jason's thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
Your
Well,
loading bars.
Yeah, right?
turnout refers to, so in dance, especially in ballet, but you would see this in other styles of dance as well, but it's the ability to, I'm trying to define it without actually just repeating the word turnout.
Right.
But it's a way of, from your hip flexors, of turning your muscles into an outward position. So instead of your feet and legs facing a forward parallel position, that they rotate outward into a, the dream is 180 degrees,
Right.
of course.
Oh my.
That is pretty much professional
Right.
ballerinas who are dancing with, New York or something. But
Right. I have no idea how to summarize that when we go to tell AI. But in the tech world, turnout simply can be the response to like a function or the result of something. But all right, let me see. Maybe you could. Can you briefly respond back to what it was?
sure.
All right. Okay, AI. Michelle's going to explain her part. Go ahead.
Okay, so turnout is a ballet term for turning the muscles from our hip flexors down to our feet into an outward position from parallel.
All right, and on the tech side, turnout can be like the result or the response, especially with a function or program.
Exactly. That's a perfect breakdown from both sides. So Michelle's got the dance definition spot on. It's all about rotating those hips and legs outward in ballet. And on the tech side, thinking of turnout as the outcome or the result that you get from a function or a program is a cool parallel. You both did great with that one.
Parallel. All right, give us one more. Don't make it, make it more challenging, but be kind to us. Just give us one more word.
You got it. I'll pick a slightly trickier one, but still keep it fun. Your next word is pas de chat. So I'll let you two figure out the dance and tech sides of that one.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
Wow.
I've heard that word so many times.
I'm screwed on this one.
Well, pas de chat is a term, and it primarily is used in ballet, but I also do it in jazz. I just do it stylized slightly different. It's actually called the step of the cat. So it's...
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I wish I could demonstrate on a podcast, but that would be a little tricky.
Right.
But one leg is going to come up through a passe position and jump as the other leg passes through a passe position and closes. So it goes from one leg down to
I
the
recognize
other
that.
leg.
Yes.
Yeah, I've
yes.
seen that.
And Joe,
Yeah.
our oldest will just kind of spit out, oh, you know what pas de chat is.
Come on, pas de chat.
I mean,
It's
she'll
like,
pot a shot
what?
from the stove to the
I don't know any of
fridge.
these things, but it's wonderful that you do.
That's right. That's right.
In the tech world, I'm stumped. I've never, so I'm trying to think of what that would do in the dance world on how you could translate, just like pivot, obviously,
Yeah.
But,
Step of the cat. I don't know.
So
What's that
Let's
be?
see, to slowly step into something like
maybe.
Or you jump over it.
Or is it
Right?
like some type of trick? It's like you're thinking you're doing this, but you're in fact going to actually do this,
it's something that happens when you get tired of your tech and you just throw it across the room.
That could be.
That's
We've all experienced
there's always that possibility.
Yeah. All right. Well, Michelle, have you explain what pas de chat means in however degree of detail, and then I'm going to tell it something. All right.
Pas de chat would be a step in ballet in which we jump going through passe on one leg, landing through passe. I did not describe that very well.
Oh,
Be kind to me, AI.
All right. So she definitely knew it, and she explained the step of the cat and everything and demonstrated it for us. As far as the tech world, though, I really have no idea. So Michelle wins this game. You go ahead and tell me what it means on the tech side.
Absolutely. And props to Michelle for nailing the ballet side. Pas de chat is indeed that lovely step of the cat jump. And you're right, it's not really a common tech term at all. So Michelle definitely wins this round. Sometimes there's just not a tech equivalent, and that's the fun of the game. So great job to both of you.
So the fun of the game is you tricked me.
Tricky AI.
Man, that's messed up. But I'll take a win. So.
I know.
Right?
Right.
I guess I did sneak a little trick in there, just to keep it fun. But hey, you both did awesome with it. And I promise I'll keep it a little more straightforward next time. Thanks for playing along.
I liked my answer.
Yeah,
Throwing
no.
it across the room.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Next time I want to throw something across the room,
someone-
I'm going to say pas de chat.
Yeah, so when someone brings a computer here that isn't working anymore, do I just, okay, so what is that, a pas de chat? And they're like, a what? Is that a
Right,
virus? It's like,
right. Then you
no,
could just
it's,
kinda-
it's what you did to your computer.
Right?
Oh, man. Well, that was
It's like
fun.
explaining it
Yeah.
without explaining it.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yep.
And I'll know because now I'm going to be in on it.
Right, you'll be in on it, so we won't be able to do it to her.
That's right. This is how rumors get started.
And whoever listened to the podcast will be in on it.
Right. Yeah, you see me in the grocery store and say pas de chat, we'll just nod at each other and be like,
Right.
what's up? So, hope that was fun, Michelle.
Yes, that was. I was
Yeah.
a little nervous. I was like, if it gets too technical,
Right.
I was going to get a little nervous. Like, okay, well, it's like
Right. It's it comes from the French.
it's a movement,
And-
but it's hard to explain in words.
Right.
Right?
Right, but I can demonstrate it for you.
Just
Right.
do it.
Yep. So good. All right. Well, again, Michelle, we want to thank you for being on our podcast this week. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Thank you for taking time out of your
Oh,
busy
my
schedule.
gosh.
I know.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
It was a lot of fun.
definitely a busy time of year. So we're going to be signing off Wired Together here, and we just thank everyone for their support. Please follow and share our podcasts. They're on your favorite channels: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and others. So unplugging for now.
But always stay connected.